Well, good evening. I'm Rick Dancer. Welcome to Get Real with Rick Dancer. We are coming to you live from Tigard, Oregon, uh, Fall Creek, Oregon, and Livingston. Actually, I'm in the Paradise Valley in Pine Creek, Montana. So tonight we have a really super fun show for you. It's our Elements Heath Clubs sponsored show. So we're always talking about health. And I have a friend named Randy Robotham, and he has Parkinson's. And he wrote me the other day and he says, "Oh my gosh, Rick, you got to find out about this program, an exercise program for people with Parkinson's," and which you don't think about that very often. So I just tossed it over to Kim Stark.
He tossed it over.
And just through the internet, tossed it over and said, "Kim, check this out." And then she comes back with, "Oh my God, Rick, this is such a great story."
I know. I was like, I'm so excited. And then, Rick, and then I looked and saw that it's actually, not to give too much away, Parkinson's Awareness Month. And this story is about Parkinson's. So thank you, Randy, for that in time for us to grab her. Yay.
So we're going to show you in a second. We're going to show you a video. It's a 5-minute video of the program and what it does. And then, hi, Sharon from Monroe, Oregon. How are you? Hey, you guys, while you're watching this, just share it on your page because then all your viewers will see it too. You can just do it that way, especially if you know someone who's struggling with Parkinson's right now.
Oh my gosh,
get this on their page. Share this on their page. But we have other news. Bill London's going to come on and make you kind of angry because I tell you, last night our big story was that a federal judge in Florida had lifted the mask mandate on trains, planes, and all that kind of stuff. Right. Well, then the Biden administration went along with it because they probably want to get elected again or something, you know. So I'm sure it's something very naive and, you know, very truthful. But anyway, so then everybody's all excited. I haven't heard stories, Kim, where stewardesses were crying on airplanes because they were so happy that they were off. Well, now the word is today that he's going to tell us, Bill, is later in the show. I think there's talk of the Justice Department is going to fight it and try to bring him back. And they just need to get their head out of their butt and stop doing this. I mean, come on. Maybe it drives me crazy. Makes me insane. So that's coming up. So Bill will be up in a little bit. Our show is sponsored by Elements Heath Clubs. How many do they have, Kim?
They have 3 locations.
And where are they?
Okay, so we have Oakway, and we have the one in Springfield, which is where Rick and I used to go, and then West Eugene. And
you guys still, we're going to have a question tonight. Do we have a question or did we forget?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, we'll have one.
Okay. Kim's going to have a question while we're doing the video. She'll come up with a question. And you guys, if you get the answer right to the question, then you are going to win a 1-month free membership. That's if you're not a member. And if you are a member, they won't charge you for 1 month.
Yeah,
so
it's a great deal.
Question, and then you'll be a winner tonight. And then you can go use that. So it's kind of a cool deal. Brian told us he could do that once a week, every Tuesday on their show. So we're really excited. I'm going to bring our open in, and then I'm going to play Sarah, and then we're going to show you this video. And then we have Kimberly Berg,
our guest.
What is Kimberly's job? She runs this place.
She runs it. She created this whole place. You guys are going to be, please tune in for if you have anyone with Parkinson's, because this is important stuff. All
right. And then at the very end of the show, I'm going to take you to Anthony Lakes in Baker County during the summer to show you all the cool things they do there. Because I figured because it's winter now, we're starting to get into spring. It'll show you some summer activities you can do at Anthony Lake. So let's get this started.
Okay.
Who puts up with this? That's what I don't understand.
Bring the lion out. Bring the lion.
Tonight on our show, we're going to have...
Hey guys, don't you think it's kind of fun that you get to comment on the news?
There's a cost. Oh yeah, there's a cost. People come after you.
Like, I think that's why this is so much fun, is because...
We'll see you at 5.
You get more than a workout. You get results-driven fitness and nutrition help no matter where you're starting in your health journey. You get luxury club benefits like a heated pool, hot tub, sauna, steam room, and wellness centers. You get academy-level group training classes like HIIT, boxing, TRX, and barbell strength. And your kids get childcare centered around movement with activity and a purpose. You get 3 convenient locations with 1 membership. All the amenities of a luxury health club with the membership prices of a neighborhood gym. Elements Heath Clubs, we are more than a workout.
Hi, my name is Kimberly Berg. I'm a clinical exercise physiologist, dancer, drummer, and motivational speaker, and the owner of the Rebel Fit Club. I have over 25 years experience working with special populations, specifically people with Parkinson's. We were the first rock steady boxing program in Oregon. I started with 1 site, 2 classes, and 7 fighters. And now we have 5 sites and cater to over 300 fighters. We decided that our dream would be to open our own facility exclusively dedicated to people with Parkinson's. So I needed a dance studio, I needed a boxing gym, I wanted a place where there was massage, we could have Tai Chi, we could have yoga, we could have voice. So after 5 years of working really hard, we were able to open up a beautiful 12,000 square foot facility, the Rebel Fit Club, designated specifically to people with Parkinson's and other neuromuscular diseases. Somebody who comes in with a wheelchair is able to be helped here, but also our high agility fighters too will get a really good workout. Not only do we offer our signature Rock Steady boxing program, which is non-contact boxing, at all of our sites, but here at the Rebel Fit Club, we also offer other programming that research has shown to offset and slow the symptoms of Parkinson's, such as Tai Chi, yoga, dance, drumming, golf, tango, singing, and our voice classes. We actually have a dance company called the PD Rebel Performance Project, where people can drum, sing, and dance. Every design of this club was made for people with Parkinson's and their symptoms and how it will progress. So it really is catered to those people who have Parkinson's and want to feel safe and have a good time. But we're not just happy with you maintaining where you're at with your Parkinson's. We actually want to see you improve. And our hopes are to actually get you to move up to a higher functioning level class.
Research does show that exercise is better at slowing the progression of Parkinson's than medication. No matter what stage you're at, there's a place for you. No matter how advanced your Parkinson's is or how minimal your symptoms are, you can work out. She will tailor things to your level of ability.
The one thing you need to know is you've got to get up. You can't lay in bed and just feel sorry for yourself. You walk in the door and you feel welcome.
I will say I like having this gym specifically for Parkinson's because there is something, I think, for people that makes it much more comfortable to come and work out rather than going to like a commercial gym with the general public.
You just got to come. You got to come to this thing and you got to fight. Cannot give up.
Don't be afraid of it.
Don't be afraid of it, right.
It's scary to have Parkinson's and it's scary to do something new like this, and it's boxing, but it's not scary, it's awesome.
After seeing people feel so isolated with Parkinson's and trying to go at this alone and not being successful, I decided to open a facility where they could come and get community for both themselves and for their families and have really good research-based exercise to help slow down the progression of the disease and find hope. And hopefully you will come in and see and join us in the fight because you are not alone.
Oh man, that is crazy.
I know.
I'm on my phone just like sharing this like crazy, going,
Yeah.
these people people have to see this because
Oh my gosh. Isn't she amazing? I can't wait. And I'm so excited that Kimberly is going to be with us because she is the mastermind behind that amazing facility that you guys just saw. Thank you for coming on.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for having us. This is a great opportunity to spread the word.
So how long have you been open, Kimberly?
How long have we been open here?
Yeah.
This is crazy. So, I've had my own business doing this for 7 years, but this particular site opened right before COVID shut us down. So we were open, let's see, we opened in like September. Our grand opening was in September. And then of course, March, we had all these new people. It was awesome. And then I heard that rumors were we were going to get closed down. And so I knew that I had already planned to go virtual because I had people out of the area wanting to come here that couldn't. So I thought, okay, we got to do this. We got to jump now. It was the timing was just the way it was that we were able to. And our first class, I had to upgrade my Zoom account because over 100 people wanted to come and mine only went to 100. And all of a sudden I had over 100 people.
Wow.
Then we started getting people all over the country. And now we have them from the East Coast and it's amazing.
So what's the magic?
What's the matter? We have this formula. One is, our tagline is together we fight Parkinson's. It's the together, the community, they help each other. And so the other thing is having really good trained coaches that we can eyeball if there's a pattern. I mean, that is my background, is to be able to see patterns that could become problematic. Our one thing is, slow down the progression, which lots of research shows that these kind of programs do slow down the progression, but also to offset depression, anxiety. There's a lot of things about Parkinson's that people aren't aware of, that there's non-motor things that are going on. And so just having the community so they can ask questions. And not only, we have non-contact boxing. You can see the boxing ring back here. That's a regulation boxing ring. And they get up in there. We don't hit each other in the head. I hold mitts. You could see it in the video. Like, nobody hits each other, but just giving people their oomph back, because it really brings you down. And so the excitement, we have great rock and roll music playing. Nothing is clinical here because there's this feeling.
Nobody wants to. Wants to go to a hospital and do. You know what I mean? You want to be with other people that. So
right.
You and Kim, you were talking earlier about dopamine or whatever.
Yeah, with the brain and
So they're, with Parkinson's, it's not like we're telling people we can cure Parkinson's, but what we can do is slow it down. We can also uptake what dopamine they have. And if you can make that system more efficient, and then it teaches them how, like, when they're out walking, it reminds them how to walk and not to let posture. One of the stigmas of it is that if you are, like this, you may have all the confidence in the world, but if you're stooped and your arms are hanging down and you're not using them and you're not even aware of that, people are going to perceive you different. And so we teach people to, stand up and to, get your hands out of your pockets and gesture, and so it's, it works.
I can't believe how many different things you guys do at at your organization. And now you've reached other people going virtual, but Randy is who reached out to Rick and told us about this program. Oh, you have someone there.
His daughter's on here. So Julie, that's how we found out.
Julie,
hon, we found out because your dad sent me an email, and that's what got this whole thing going. So So who's with you, Kimberly?
Claudia. And in that video you saw, we were just saying how many times she appeared in it, because she does boxing, she does Tai Chi. She is one of my performing artists. So she dances and we perform. We do all sorts of, we do flash mobs, we do lots of, even now we're international because during COVID, like in Canada, they wanted us to perform virtually for their conference. And little one, I don't know which way I'm pointing. This little one does it all. She is a powerhouse. She can go into a class that has all men and she gets those guys going.
Oh,
So what's
what do
your
you
name?
think about this place? I mean, what does it mean to you?
To me. So I was telling Kimberly just this morning that this is my safe place. This is my happy place. So getting in the morning, because the lack of dopamine, we get a little bit anxious or a lot of anxious or depression. And sometimes we don't have the motivation to keep going. But knowing that I'm coming to this class with her, eh, as soon as the door opens, everything is like happiness. It's like Disneyland for Parkinson's. And
That's so funny. That is what Rick said.
Did you just say that? No, that is so weird. We were talking earlier before the show, and I said you kind of created Disneyland for Parkinson's patients.
And now
I didn't. I swear I didn't hear that, but yeah.
Kim, it just comes. I don't know what this is. So
that is so funny.
Is it Claudia?
Yes, it's Claudia.
When you found out, what did you think when you found out they said you had Parkinson's? What went through your head?
When I found out that I had Parkinson's, so when everything started having the symptoms, I went to the neurologist. They sent me directly to the movement disorder neurologist, which I was lucky because a lot of people go to the normal neurologist and take a little bit more time to get diagnosed. But when I went with her, I Googled it. I always say, don't do it.
But we do.
It is scary. But I knew since the beginning that I had Parkinson's. What I did, I was very naive about the progress and the symptoms that will come. I've been learning this with the time, but I was right away to work out with boxing and everything. I find out about Kimberly because somebody sent me a video about boxing, and I remember calling her and saying I want to go there. So one of the things to me, I always say that Parkinson got me in a burpee. I was doing a burpee and I started shaking. So I was kind of in a very good shape. That helped me a lot. But coming to this program has changed my life because it's, as I told you, it's happiness safe. And she has special workouts for us.
Don't you think it's kind of funny or interesting or maybe ironic that you said you weren't in great shape? You get Parkinson's, which is supposed to take your physical ability away, but now you're in the best shape of your life.
Yes, I think so. And also, one of the things that I find out is if I stop coming for whatever reason, I just traveled to Mexico, my country, to visit my parents, and I couldn't work out at all. So it's like the symptoms come again. You start shaking a little bit more or being more slow. But as soon as I came back, everything worked again like nothing happened. So this is like a not stop thing. So I'm not gonna stop until
So you don't have to live in Tigard to come to your program. Kimberly, tell people how they can get involved, because if you guys are out there, please share this on your page, because you don't know who is on your social media who is struggling with this right now. And Randy comes through video, right? I mean, doesn't he do it through video?
So Randy, your former neighbor, friend, he always said to me, because before we were virtual, I would see him at conferences and he'd say, oh, I just wish so bad I could come there, but I don't live close to you. And it was breaking my heart. So now that we're virtual, I mean, we offer 7 days a week virtual. We always say Parkinson's doesn't take a day off, and neither do we. We have classes at all hours so that people, because a lot of Parkinson's classes historically were during the day. And because, people were thought to be older, well, we have a huge group of people who have what they're called YOPD, which is young onset Parkinson's disease.
Yeah.
We have had people in their 20s, we have people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, all the way up into their 90s. Some of them work.
Yeah.
If you have a class during the day, they can't attend. So that's why we have evening classes. We have early morning classes. We reach people all over the country. So now when people are in a very remote area and they're like, oh yeah, that's fine if you live in Oregon or in Tigard, but what about me? Well, now we can reach them. And it's so fun because my fighters are getting to know each other, even though they're not in the same states. Or
so how do they get a hold of you? Is there a connection?
Yeah. So speaking of websites, which like Claudia said, Google it. We designed our website so that when somebody is first diagnosed and they're looking for hope, our website is very hopeful. And I had people help me design it so that it isn't this slap in the face of bad news. We're all about good news. It's rebelfitclub.com.
Rebel.
Kimberly Berg, I'm the owner. And I want people to email me, Kimberly at rebelfitclub.com.
They're right there on the shirt. I love the name Rebel Fit Club. Love it.
You know how that came about? It was my dancers that named us because we were doing smoking in the boys' room. We also are on. We did the opening night at the World's Parkinson's Congress. We've done Michael Jackson's Thriller. We've been in the cemetery. I mean, we do it all. Oh, thank you for doing that, Rick. Anyway, we were doing smoking in the boys' room.
Smoking in the boys' room.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I was smoking in the boys' room.
And all sorts of things.
People, don't
and
you
I
feel
said, we need to name this performance company. And this one of the fighters goes, we're kind of like we're these rebels, like we're beating the odds.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
So that's
perfect.
The name.
Yeah.
You are like the most uplifting person, both of you.
I know she is. They are just so inspiring.
You're making the cure for, and not a cure, you're making the recovery for Parkinson's like super cool. It's not like, now we're going to sit down and do this. No, you're going to box the hell out of this.
Even our folks
and then when you're mad about your Parkinson's, you can just go.
Exactly.
I mean, how cool is that?
That's very cool.
And it does take that stigma out of it. Like if you have to tell your family and friends that you have Parkinson's instead of telling them that, and I was talking about this earlier, you get the head nod like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. If you say, I've been diagnosed with Parkinson's and I'm boxing and I'm this and that, and then people look at that different. They're like, okay, they're going to fight. They're not. They're not.
Don't you think kind of in the psychological mind too? I mean, when I had cancer, and my doctor figured me out really quickly. And he said, if you go work out and you try to, get those blood cells back that I'm blasting with radiation. And it's like, and then I went into that place and it was like fighting. And every day I'm okay, you blast me with radiation. Now I'm going to go kick your ass.
Yeah.
I think that helps people fight through that. Help me.
Yeah. And of course, Kimberly believes in us.
Right.
She pushes us. And I remember the first time that I met her that she said, oh, you are going to do this for a long time and you can walk faster, and other people say totally different things like make sure you have money for your future, like kind of that. And I work out with her and I work for 6 hours or 5 hours every day, and because I need it. But I'm working and I'm feeling well, and this is for this lady because she always says you can do it.
She's pretty cool. I'm thinking
something that she puts in our mind, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, somehow she's doing that.
Maybe she just really loves you guys.
I do.
You do. Yeah, we can
I
tell.
love you to having her. Really. Here
And
in this
likewise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can tell you're passionate about them and the people and everything that you do. So this is a huge deal. I hope you know how much of a difference you're making. And these people who are watching, who are now finding out about you and can join from anywhere. So it's just huge. It's just great.
We are. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank Randy, and thank you both for coming
Yeah.
on. It was nice to meet both of you. Oh my
Thanks,
God.
ladies. I know they're the ones we're thanking. My gosh, it's amazing.
You
Just can't even believe that program.
you blew that one right out of the water, girl.
I know, right? Sometimes we just find these little gems. Well, thanks to Randy, that was huge. And I thought, how did I not know about this? And it's Parkinson's Awareness Month, and we know everybody knows someone who's dealing with it. So yeah, it's huge. Yeah, she's amazing, Rick. So
Did you come up with a question?
Yeah, let's do the question. Last week, I kind of previewed this and we did a Parkinson's question. This time, I think it's maybe a little easier, but maybe not. So you know how we have like the pink ribbon for Breast Cancer Awareness Month and like the purple ribbon for Alzheimer's, whatever. So what is the official symbol of Parkinson's? Because this is Parkinson's Awareness. I don't think maybe as many people know about
Symbol
this
or
one.
color? You mean color of ribbon?
Yeah, let's do official symbol. It's not a ribbon. I thought it was. It's just the symbol. And it is it has to do with spring. I'll give that hint. So
Okay,
there
the
is an
official
actual symbol.
symbol. So you guys, Elements Health Club is sponsoring our show tonight, along with Chris Dental. But Elements is giving a free membership 1 month for a new person or a current member. If you can guess what is the symbol,
Official
can
symbol.
write that in the little thing while we run this Bill's news. Okay.
Okay.
You can interrupt Bill. He doesn't care. Okay, so we're going to go, Dr. Bratlin's going to talk a second, and then we're going to go to the news. And then when we come back, we're going to start getting your answers on there. All right, here we go.
This is Dr. Michael Bratlin from Chris Dental. Thanks to patients like you, my dental practice is thriving. As a result, we are in need of a couple more team members. If you or someone you know is either a dental assistant or has front desk experience, please come by my office and we can talk. Candidates must be hardworking and have excellent customer service. Patient care is absolutely our #1 priority. And best of all, your vaccination status is your business, not ours.
Good evening from the News Radio, 1120 AM and 93.7 FM KPNW studios. I'm Bill London, host of the Wake Up Call, heard on KPNW 6 a.m. to 9, Monday through Fridays. And here's a look at some of the stories that we're following tonight. So, you probably heard about the federal judge's decision about the mask mandates on public transportation. Well, don't throw away your masks yet. So that federal judge's decision struck down a national mask mandate, and it was met with cheers on airplanes and concern about whether it's time to end one of the most visible vestiges of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, the major airlines and many of the busiest airports rushed to drop their requirements Monday night after the TSA announced it wouldn't enforce a January 2021 security directive that applied to airplanes, airports, taxis, and other mass transit. But the ruling still gave those entities the option to keep their mask rules in place if they wanted to, resulting in directives that actually could vary from city to city. For example, here's a real-world situation. Passengers on a United Airlines flight from Houston to New York could ditch their masks at their departing airport in Houston and get on the plane and fly without a mask. And as soon as they land on New York, they would have to put them back on once they landed at Kennedy Airport, or they decide they're going to take a subway in New York City. It's a 59-page lawsuit from U.S. District Judge Catherine Mizell in Tampa, and she said that the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention overstepped their authority in issuing the original health order on which the TSA directive was based. She also said the order was fatally flawed because the CDC didn't follow proper rulemaking procedures. So here's another couple of other caveats to that rule to give you an idea of what kind of patchwork it really is. In Portland, Oregon, for instance, if you get on a TriMet bus or ride the MAX, you don't have to wear a mask. You don't have to do that on LTD buses in Lane County. But if you're in the Seattle area, well, then guess what? you are going to have to wear a mask if you ride, for instance, on Sound Transit, King County Metro, or Kitsap Transit. However, Washington State ferries, you don't have to wear a mask. So, like I said, whatever you're doing, don't necessarily throw the masks away yet, regardless of how much you really want to. Farm workers in Oregon will now get overtime pay next year with the adoption of the contentious farm worker bill. Very quietly, with no fanfare, no press release, no signing ceremony, nothing, Governor Kate Brown signed House Bill 4002. And instead of holding a media event like she has with other high-profile bills, she simply notified legislative leaders that she was signing it and told them, to keep track of the bill's impact. Now, the bill phases in overtime pay for more than 40 hours a week of work over 5 years, starting in 2025, and it'll give employers tax credits to cushion the extra cost, but it phases them out. The Oregon Farm Bureau and many farm owners predicted the proposal would have a disastrous effect on farm finances and force some of the state's 37,000 farms to close or sell to larger operations. Brown said in her letter to legislators, I view this bill as an important step in the right direction. It has the potential to improve the health, safety, and overall quality of life for these workers. The Farm Bureau, which opposed the legislation, asked Brown to veto the bill. They lobbied her strongly to do so. The governor didn't. Her spokesperson, Liz Mara, said Brown discussed the bill with Farm Bureau officials last month and signed it anyway. Marianne Cooper, the Farm Bureau's vice president of government affairs, said Brown's decision to sign the bill will change Oregon's agricultural landscape. She said, we're going to continue to try and find a workable legislative solution, and we hope future legislators will work with all parties to find a workable compromise. Oregon right now employs about 87,000 farm workers, more than most other states. Only 7 states actually require overtime pay for farm workers. California started paying farm workers overtime pay this year. Washington is phasing in the requirement, which takes full effect in 2024. Now, let's talk a little bit about some of those workers. The number of working-age immigrants living in Oregon has fallen by about a third over the past 5 years, reversing decades of steady increases and contributing to the state's labor shortage. Oregon counts a little more than 200,000 foreign-born workers between the ages of 25 and 54, according to U.S. Census data that was compiled by Josh Lerner. He's with the Oregon Office of Economic Analysis. That's down from about 300,000 in 2017. Historically, about 80% of foreign-born Oregonians in that prime age bracket have jobs, according to Lerner, roughly the same percentage as the overall population. So that pencils out to about 55,000 fewer workers than if immigration had continued at the same pace it did from 1997 to 2014, according to Lerner. And he says with about 100,000 job vacancies today in Oregon, it sure seems like businesses could use more labor to adequately staff and grow their operations. Now, he wrote that in an analysis earlier this month. And it's not just Oregon. Immigration is down sharply across the country. The U.S. added a little more than 1 million immigrants annually in 2015 and 16. Last year, net immigration was around 200,000. And why? Well, the pandemic was a big part of that, with steep declines in 2020 and 21. So Oregon's Department of Transportation is working to increase worker and public safety by using electronic flaggers. They were first introduced in Lane County 2 years ago. The flaggers are operated by a person who's standing at a safe distance away on hazardous roadways. The flaggers operate a stop-and-go paddle, displaying a red and yellow light to regulate the flow of traffic. According to ODOT, 90% of Oregon work zone crashes are caused by bad driving. Drivers that are following too close, driving too fast, not yielding, driving under the influence, or not paying attention because they're on their cell phone. The electronic flaggers are big enough for drivers to see from a distance, and if a driver were to run through the paddle, the machine triggers an alarm. The flaggers were initially $30,000 each, but now their prices dropped to $25,000 each, and probably as more of them are adopted, they'll get even cheaper. But they're not replacing anybody because the flaggers now just stand a ways away and they're on a remote control. All right, that's a look at what we have today. Rick, time for you to drop a big old real bomb. Get real.
Drop it.
Oh my gosh.
Bill.
Sometimes Bill's news makes me so angry.
So most of the time, Bill finds those stories. I love it.
Than at work, you know? It's like, so I asked the question, I wonder what Kate Brown's going to do for her next job.
I wonder too. Yeah, I was curious.
Somebody put on their Build Back Better. Well, that kind of that didn't work.
Joe
Biden comes up with Build Back Better. So what did we do? Now we're in the worst inflation we've had. Interest rates are soaring. They're going up. We got ours locked in today. You have to get them locked in because they just keep jacking up. Gas prices here are now in Montana are going up over $4 a gallon. I know you guys have been there. But this is Build Back Better. I'd hate to see us plan if it was, let's go to hell in a handbasket.
And you hear people saying that everywhere too now when we go. I'm like, I didn't even ask. But yes, you're right. Movement and speech. Okay. So we did have a winner for our, let me see here. Yeah, it was Carol Maynard. She got it. And it is the red tulip is the symbol.
The red tulip. So Carol, Kim, will you then notify Sarah and let her know?
Yes.
So then Carol, all you have to do is call Elements. You're going to have to talk with Sarah though, because people at the desk probably aren't going to know about this. And then if you have any trouble, get a hold of us, Kim or me, and we'll get those numbers working. But you're going to get a free month if you're not a member. And if you are a member, you're going to get a free month too. So that's what you win. And thank you. Elements Heath Clubs of Lane County, 3 locations to serve you, 1 in West Eugene, 1 at Oakway Center, and 1 at Pheasant Boulevard in Springfield.
Yes, the Pheasant. That's right. Good memory. That's the name of the road there.
All right, we got one more thing for you. And
tonight,
I'm going to say goodbye because I know you have to probably go take care of your kids. I don't want to make you hang around too much longer. But we're going to take you to Anthony Lakes. Anthony Lakes is over in Baker County. And it's a really cool place up on a mountain. In the winter, it's skiing, and it's a really great ski hill because it's little. You would love it, Kim, because you could ski like probably 100 times in a day because there's not that many people there.
Oh, the kids would love that. Yeah.
I'm not in the area. Did someone else guess? Oh, we did have someone else guess, didn't we?
I don't think she got the right answer. If she's not in the area, if she doesn't know someone who's in the area, we can give it to someone if she knows someone here.
Oh, so Carol, if you know someone's in the area, who can use that, we can do that too. And you can just contact Kim or write it in here and she'll see it if you want to.
Yeah, tell me. Oh yeah, write me in there because Sarah, they also have other locations. So I can tell Sarah. They also have areas. So we'll find out where you're at.
Locations in Portland and that kind of thing. We'll work it out. Yeah. All right, Kim, I will see you. Is today Tuesday? I'll see you Thursday.
Okay, I'll see you guys Thursday.
Unless you want to hang around for the story, but you have stuff.
I'm going to try to watch it while I'm handling the kids. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll see you later. Okay. So Baker County is like one of the greatest places in Oregon. It's just got all kinds of fun stuff going on. And one of the places in the summertime is Anthony Lakes, and things are going to start picking up there, but you have to make your reservations really early. So let me take you with my wife. We're going to take you to Anthony Lakes.
Hi, I'm Rick Dancer.
I'm Kathy Dancer.
And welcome to Exploregon, the Backstories. We want to thank our sponsors, Toyota and your Northwest Toyota dealers. And
Travel Baker County.
And we couldn't be here without them. So where are we? We're 25 miles from Haines, up in the mountains at Anthony Lake Ski Lodge. Now, in the wintertime, it's a ski lodge. They have chairlifts and everything.
And in the summer, it is a mountain biking.
So there's the trails they have. They have a whole system up here. And we just happen to be here on the day when it's opening for the first time. As you can see, there's hikers going up. But on the other side, it's mountain bike trail. It's single track, and it's super fun. In fact, we should just show them the video. Gosh, after all we did, we deserve you are?
Trace Shireman.
So we are at the Star Bottle. It's up at Anthony Lake. All right, tell me, my man, what's going on up here? So summertime is big mountain biking time.
Big mountain biking. We got quite a few trails. We just finished up our Broadway flow trail that goes down one of our runs last year. And then we also have wood-fired pizzas, burgers, hot dogs, bars open for the summer.
So where did the name Star Bottle come from?
The Star Bottle Saloon, Star Bottle Hotel is out of the movie Paint Your Wagon that starred Clint Eastwood. Filmed up a couple miles away from here. And we got the sign from the set like 50 years ago.
Seriously?
2 years ago.
When I was a little kid, we went by while they were filming it. My parents took us, we drove us by while they were filming it, and then they actually took us to the movie, but told us we had to cover our ears when they said damn. So tell me, you got wood-fired pizza. Tell me kind of what you guys do in here.
Just trying to support campers and people being outdoors, so we thought we'd run pizzas, wood-fired pizzas out on the deck, and it's just nice.
So how long has that been going on?
This is our 4th year running it. 2 years ago we had a fire that kind of put a kibosh on the whole situation because it knocked out power.
And you guys serve local beer?
Local beer, Barley Browns out of Baker City, Prodigal Sun out of Pendleton, Side A out of LeGrand.
Are people kind of surprised when they come here and find out that Baker County has a ski resort, a little lodge up here?
No, it's been way too much. We're getting busier and busier every year because of how nice our snow is, and it's a fun atmosphere.
So, don't you think people also, come here because they want to get away from, paying a lot of money at one of the major ski resorts in the state of Oregon, and you get 5 runs in, and I bet here you can get quite a few in a day.
We get quite a few. We have just a single chair, a rope tow, and a magic carpet.
Yeah, so that was my question, is how many different runs do you have on the hill?
Well, I kind of consider it 2. You got left and right and make it back to where you started.
Okay, yeah.
So you've been coming here for 26 years.
Yeah, grew up here. And
so what is this to locals? What is Anthony Lakes to the locals?
It's the spot. It's vacation just an hour away.
And if you're living in Haines, all you got to do is drive 25 minutes and you're on a mountain skiing.
Yep, exactly.
So is this a place, like we were in Lakeview recently, and it was really a community in the wintertime, it was a community gathering spot?
Yeah, that's the same thing with up here. Everyone knows everyone, and it's awesome.
So are you a skier?
Skier.
Mountain biker?
Yeah, a little bit.
So what's the best trail we should go on?
The Broadway Flow Trail.
Broadway Flow Trail? All right, that's what we're going to do. Hey, thank you for having us up.
Yeah, no problem.
So, Kathy, again, we are with Exploregon, the Backstories, and our sponsors are Toyota and your Northwest Toyota dealer.
And Travel Baker County.
All right, we'll join you from some other location. We're headed to Sumter today, to the biggest flea market in the country. Why are you laughing?
Have you been?
Yeah, I love Sumter. It's fun.
Sumter is a great little town. If you've never been in that part of the country for Oregon, you just have to try Sumter. It's like a cool little town, especially around, I think it's Labor Day. They have a town garage sale, and people come from all over the place to be in that garage sale. There are many places in Oregon that I've never seen. I'm looking forward to retirement so you can explore. Anna, you really got to check out Baker County. You'll really like it. All right, I want to thank our sponsors, Elements Heath Clubs of Blaine County, 3 locations to serve you. Springfield over at Pheasant Boulevard. We've got West Eugene, and then we've also got one at Oakway Center. And Chris Dental Family Dentistry, where everyone is welcome. In fact, I love this man. Well, he's like one of my best friends. But when I'm coming back, when is it? Next week, next Thursday, Friday, Saturday for a video shoot that we're doing back there. And I'm making a dental appointment so my dentist is going to still be in Oregon. I'm going to still have a dentist in Oregon because I like him that much. Oh, you are there at Baker County, Morgan? I'm here in Baker County. Happy to see you in my neck of the woods. Gotta love these mountains. Oh my gosh, the Blue Mountains and the Elko. Oh, it's just beautiful area. You guys will love it. Go at the 4th of July and you can go to the Haines Rodeo. Nothing more fun than the Haines Rodeo. All right, I will talk to you guys tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we have a really interesting show from Montana. A bunch of parents in Missoula are very upset with the school district. One of the teachers put out a notice talking about kids' sexual orientations things, and it has caused quite the stir. So we've got a bunch of teachers and one of the board members coming on to talk about that tomorrow night right here on Get Real with Rick Dancer. All right, have a good night.